Hi friends, welcome to all. In this video, we are going to configure IPv4 static route using exit interface. In the previous video, we have seen how to configure IPv4 static route using next hop address. So if you wish to see that, the link is given in the description below. Before coming to the configuration, hey friends, your support means everything to us. Please like, share and support our channel. It really helps us grow. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you will get a notification whenever we upload a new video. And if you ever need a technical support, feel free to contact our team. All the details are given in the description below. Thank you so much for being with us. Coming back to the configuration, we will design the topology. We will have two routers for 331 series. Then we will have two switches, 2960 series. We will add PCs. We will rename these devices. Consider this is R1, SW1. Okay, here we have a PC1 and PC2. This is R2, SW2, PC3 and PC4. We will connect all these devices. Coming to connections, we will choose copper straight through from R1 G0/0/0 G0/1, then G0/0/0 to SW2 G0/1. Then we will connect R1 and R2. We'll connect 2 gigabit Ethernet 0/0/1, 2 gigabit Ethernet 0/0/1. Also, we will connect these end devices to its respective switch using copper straight through FA0/2 to PC2. From SW2 FA0/1 to PC3, FA0/2 to PC4. Perfect. So here we can see three networks. I will highlight those networks with the different colors. For example, here we can see one network. Here we can see other network. And we got one more between these routers. Here, for easiness, I am going to label like this is network 1, and here we are going to use the network address 172.16.1.0/24, and consider this is network 2, and we will use 192.168.1.0/30, and this is network 3, 172.16.2.0/24. We are going to configure the interface on each routers. So here we can see on R1, we will configure G0/0/0 and G0/0/1. So coming to our router, would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? No. Enable configure terminal. Just we will set the host name as R1. Also, we will give no IP domain lookup. We are not going to do any additional basic settings because we are focusing on IPv4 static routing using exit interface. So here we can see first we are going to configure this interface, that is G0/0/0, and we took this network address 172.16.1.0/24. So here we will use the first usable IP address from this network address for this interface G0/0/0. We will go to that interface G0/0/0 and we will set the IP address 172.16.1.1, also subnet to mask, and we are going to activate this interface by giving no shutdown command. So here we can see this interface is activated. Before coming to this interface G0/0/1 configuration, we are going to configure this network 1 first. So we already configured this interface G0/0/0. Now we are going to assign IP address for these PCs, that is PC1 and PC2. Anyway, we are not going to assign IP address for this switch in this activity because we are focusing on static routing using exit interface. We will set IP address for this PC1. We will give 172.16.1.10 and we will change subnet to mask. Then default gateway, the IP address of this interface G0/0/0 172.16.1.1. Now we will go to PC2 desktop IP configuration and we will set the IP address 172.16.1.11 and change this subnet to mask. Then default gateway 172.16.1.1. So now we are going to test the connectivity in this local LAN. Our default gateway is 172.16.1.1 and we can see we get the replies. Now we will ping to PC2, that is 172.16.1.11. Also we will do the self ping. Perfect. Next we are going to configure this network 2 between R1 and R2. We can see the interface G0/0/1 on R1 and G0/0/1 on R2. So first of all we will configure on R1. We will go to the interface, that is G0/0/1, and we will set the IP address 192.168.1.1. Also the subnet to mask, we given the prefix as /30, so it's 252. Activate this interface, no shutdown. Coming to the other side, that is interface G0/0/1 on R2. Would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? No. Enable configure terminal. We will set the host name. We will give R2. Then no IP domain lookup. Then we will go to the interface G0/0/1, which is connected to R1. We will set the IP address 192.168.1.2. Then this subnet to mask. Activate the interface, now shut down. So here we can see the link between R1 and R2 is up. Now we will test the connectivity between R1 and R2. We can ping from R1 to R2 and ping 192.168.1.2. Okay, success rate is 80%. So we can try once more. Success rate is 100%. Now we are going to configure this network 3. First of all, we will configure this interface G0/0/0 on this router R2, the gateway for this LAN. We will go to interface G0/0/0, which is connected to SW2. We will set the IP address 172.16.2.1 and the subnet mask. We will activate this interface. Okay, it is activated. Now we are going to configure IP address for these end devices, that is PC3 and PC4, which are in network 3. So coming to PC3 desktop IP configuration, we will set the IP address 172.16.2.10. We will change the to mask to /24. Then default gateway 172.16.2.1. Then coming to PC4 desktop IP configuration 172.16.2.11. Then subnet to mask default gateway 172.16.2.1. We will test the connectivity in this LAN. Coming to PC3, command prompt, and going to ping to the default gateway, that is 172.16.2.1. We get the replies. Now we will ping to PC4, ping 172.16.2.11. Okay, we get the replies. Also, we will do the self ping, that is 2.10. Perfect. Here we set IP address to all the devices, routers and PCs. Now we can see we are going to ping from this PC1 to PC3. In the previous video, we have seen the same thing. So this communication will fail because this router R1 is aware of only the network 1 and network 2. Then this R2 is aware of network 2 and network 3. That means this network 3 is unknown to R1 and network 1 is unknown to R2. We can verify that using show command, show IP route, so that we can see the routing table entries. We can see only connected network, that is in this router R1, network 1 and network 2. So here we can see network 1 address 172.16.1.0 and this is our network 2 address 192.168.1.0. And here we cannot see the remote network, that is network 3. And the network address is 172.16.2.0, which is not available in the routing table. In the same way, in this device router R2, show IP route. Here we can see only two connected networks, 172.16.2.0 and 192.168.1.0. The remote network, that is 172.16.1.0, is not there in this routing table. So just I will test the connectivity from this network 1 to network 3. So command prompt in this PC, from PC1, we are going to ping to 172.16.2.10. We are going to ping to PC3 and we can see it says a destination host unreachable. Now we are going to configure IPv4 static route using exit interface. We are going to configure on this router R1 first. So we can see we are going to configure this remote network 3, and here to go to this network 3 from this R1, the exit interface is G0/0/1 in this router R1. So we are going to configure that. Coming to R1, configure terminal, we'll give IP root 172.16.2.0. So this is the remote network which is unknown to this router R1, and the subnet mask. Now we are going to specify the exit interface. In the previous video we given the next hop IP address. Here we are going to specify the exit interface. So as I specified, the exit interface is G0/0/1. Okay, we get this message default route without gateway. If not, a point-to-point interface may impact performance. Okay, this is only for the study purpose we configure here. Now we can test this configuration. Exit, show IP route. So now we can see that static route is added in the routing table. That is 172.16.2.0/24. You can see is directly connected gigabit Ethernet 0/0/1. And when we configure, so R1 is aware of this network 3. Next we need to configure on R2, because this network 1 is a remote network or the unknown network for this router 2. This we can see in simulation mode very nicely. So if I go to simulation mode and I am going to show all none and edit filters, here I am going to give only ICMP. Okay. Now I am going to ping to PC3. That is 172.16.2.10. So we can see that here packet ICMP, which will go to the default gateway because this packet destined for other network. We can see it goes to R1. So R1 is aware of this network 3. So he will forward to its exit interface, that is G0/0/1, which will go to R2. And R2 will forward to this switch 2, because this network 172.16.2.0 is a connected network for R2. So he will forward to SW2 and it will go to PC3. You can see from network 1 to network 3, that packet moves from here to here. But why it fails? Because the acknowledgement should come back to this PC1, and we can see it goes back to SW2 because this packet is for PC1, another network 172.16.1.0. So he will ascend to the default gateway. But when it reaches to R2, you can see that this packet will drop because R2 is not aware of this network 172.16.1.0. We did not configure the static route. So once we configure static route in this router R2, this communication will succeed. Okay, we will do that next. We'll go back to real time and coming back to R2, and we will configure the static route using exit interface. So here we can see the exit interface is gigabit Ethernet 0/0/1 to reach to this network 1. We will do that. Configure terminal. We will give IP route, the remote network address, that is 172.16.1.0, then subnet mask, then exit interface, that is G0/0/1. We can verify the configuration. Show IP route. We can see here static route 172.16.1.0/24 is directly connected gigabit Ethernet 0/0/1. Perfect. Now this network, this topology is fully converged. So we can send a message from network 1 to network 3. It should succeed. So we will test the connectivity. Coming to PC1, we will ping to PC3. So that is 2.10. Ping 172.16.2.10. And we are waiting for the reply. We may get one or two request timed out. Don't worry about that. Yeah, here you can see because of its ARP, we can see a reply from okay. So packet sent for received 3. Again, we can test it so that it will be 0% loss. Yes, succeeded. So we can see that in simulation mode also. Command prompt, here again we are going to ping to PC3, that is 2.10. So here we can see our ICMP message. So this message is for network 3. Hence this PC1 will forward this packet to the default gateway. So it will go to switch 1, switch will forward this frame to R1. So in the routing table, he will cross check this IP address, the network, that is 172.16.2.0, and it is mentioned to pass this to G0/0/1 to the exit interface. It will go to R2. R2 is aware of this network because it is a connected network. He will forward to PC3. Now PC3 is going to send acknowledgement back to this PC1. So as it is a remote network, he will forward to the default gateway, that is to R2. So now R2 will verify its routing table and he will check for this 172.16.1.0 network. And it is listed in the routing table and with exit interface G0/0/1. So the signal will go to this interface and that packet will go to R1. And again, R1 is aware of this network 172.16.1.0 because it is a directly connected network. He will forward to the switch and it will go to the PC. Now we can see the tick symbol here because communication succeeded. Great. So friends, that's all in this video, that is configuring IPv4 static route using exit interface. Now dear friends, don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. Next video, we will configure IPv4 floating static route. So stay tuned for that video. Thank you.